that was an excerpt from Suffering Overdue, and it's long overdue for us to review the Nick Catanese signature PRS SE guitar.
Great link, Chappers.
Thanks, man. So we have a hieroglyphic message here, which means evil twin or extraterrestrial, whichever way you want to read it, really.
Cool.
Tell us about the bodywoods.
Okay, it's a mahogany body, a solid mahogany body, and thicker than a normal SE, so based on the PRS single cut.
About as thick as one of my sandwiches.
No, it's not as thick as that. And ebony board with no fret markings, just this nice kind of red inlay that matches the pickup surrounds and the binding on the body.
Although there are side dots on the blood red binding of the sides.
It has a PRS wide thin neck profile, which actually it's not wide thin like you'd expect maybe an Ibanez to be or something. It's just what PRS call their wide thin.
Yeah.
So it's
it feels like a regular 60s style LP type from Gibson.
It's basically, it is that kind of, it's the slimmer taper sort of Gibson-y style, a little bit wider than that. EMG classic pairing, 81, 85, Tone Pro bridge, and of course built in the factory that makes the lovely PRS SE guitars. So substantially less money than something like a PRS USA custom would cost.
Yeah, super, super great guitar. Nick Catanese is a great player. The evil twin of Zakk Wylde from Black Label Society. The guy is really, really good. Awesome shredder, and also doubles everything Zakk does in Black Label, so really good rhythm chops. Deserves a lot of respect, and also deserves an awesome signature guitar from PRS like this.
Cool.
Really simple, one tone, one volume, wiggle switch, and away you go.
JVM 410 Marshall amplifier. So we've got 4 sounds ready to go on the foot switch, from clean through to high gain. Which was your favourite Rocky film?
I don't know, whichever one Survivor played on.
That was all of them.
I know.
You didn't have a favourite?
No, you know what? I've actually never seen Rocky films, so I'm not old enough, Lou.
Wow. Mine is probably...
It's true.
Rocky, maybe 2 or
Which
4.
is the one with the little baby bears that run around getting shot.
That is a different Rocky.
And they get to the door, and there's a robot that tries to open the door.
That might be Rocky 7, the one they never released. Send Chappers all your favourite Rocky clips. We must educate him. Is it just my imagination, or are the pick squeals coming through more maybe on guitars with EMG pickups? Or
Yeah, well, that's kind of, well, it's not what they're for, but you got more of that high frequency gain going on. To be honest, I'm also doing more of it because it's a Nick Catanese Black Label thing, and they do a lot of that kind of squeal. Anyway, so I kind of like the squeal.
Just while I remember it, one of the things that always struck me as a bit odd in the EMG catalogue is if you want to buy a pair of 81s and 85s, you know, the cheapest way to buy it is actually to buy
the set from
the Zakk Wylde set, which is kind of crazy because it doesn't really come with, it comes in like a Zakk Wylde box or something like that, but it's cheaper to buy the Zakk Wylde set than it is to buy the two.
And they're completely unbranded on the top, aren't they?
Totally unbranded, just look like these. and they come with the pots that come with it, have the extended stems on them. So if you're going to put it in an archtop style guitar, you need that sort of extra stem. So and it's less than you might think to buy a Zakk Wylde set.
So if you wanted to retrofit those to, say, Chapman Guitars ML2,
yeah, absolutely. The set's about £175. Normally speaking, you'd have to pay about £40-50 for our tech to fit the pickups, but ML2, little advert for the ML2 here, it's free to have the pickups fitted. You just buy the pickups. And
hold your hand out, Lee. Wow. As if by magic.
I'll just play some Opeth for you here from my collection.
That's a nice feeling neck, isn't it?
Let's say that in the video. Or is it?
It's in the video,
okay.
So we can. This is a nice feeling neck on this amazing Opeth signature guitar. From which artist?
This is from Lars Mikael Akerfeldt.
Well
and
done.
Apologies, Lars, Michael, if I've pronounced your name incorrectly, but I'm not fluent in Swedish.
Flemish.
Or Flemish.
Dutch.
Or Japanese.
Israeli.
So what we got?
Well, we've got a guitar with a beautiful little thing there.
It's an Opeth logo.
It's an Opeth logo.
Yeah.
It's essentially, it looks like a proper full-on PRS, but it's an SE. Got the birds. It's got a really nice satin finished neck. Very shiny gloss body. It's got a veneer of maple on top here. I've got to say, it's a nice veneer. Very nice veneer. It is essentially a flat top with a slight curve around the edges. And it's a nice feeling and looking instrument.
Wide, thin neck again, so same sort of profile as the last one we just did.
Yes.
Trem this time, though, so it's the PRS sort of SE trem. Kind of looks like it might not take much of a beating, but it does.
We'll soon find out.
No, they are good. They're good trem systems. What else
nice grippy knobs here, actually.
The grippy knobs?
Yeah, they've changed the type of knob they normally use on the SEs. This isn't the standard SE knob.
And this one actually, on the Opeth model, he's gone for just regular PRS pickups. So they're just, they're not active or anything, just a passive pickup circuit here.
Yeah, well, because Opeth go from crazy out-and-out death witch metal like this. To awesome kind of bluesy, improvised, fusion-y type stuff. And so you need an all-round type guitar. This is a great all-round type guitar.
Cool. Have they been around a long time, Opeth?
I don't know anything about Opeth at all.
No, we don't know anything about Opeth.
I'll tell you a really good tip about keeping non-locking nut tremolos great tuning is, well, first of all, you've got to grease or lube your nut with some lead or some lubricant.
Any good nut lubricant, I find, is
Big Ben nut
important.
sauce.
Big Ben nut sauce
is a good one. And also, don't have lots of wines around the tuning peg. Have just a couple, because you have lots of wines. When you slacken off the bar, they kind of, the wines open and unravel a little bit, and then when you tighten the bar up, they kind of tighten again, and you get some slack string.
I've got a cool technique here then. I don't know if they'll be able to demonstrate this. There's bound to be videos online you can see about this. But basically, when you're restringing your guitar, the loose end that's sticking out, if you pull it back and underneath the string before you start to wind,
then as you wind around, it wraps over that part of the string.
And then you only need 1.5, 2 winds on the thing, and it kind of can't undo itself.
Quarter of a wind sometimes, yeah.
Or you buy a guitar with locking machine heads,
and
then no winds.
No winds at all. So this is a great guitar. I'm loving the feel of this satin neck.
Yeah.
I'm amazed at the fact that it only costs 639 Imperial credits in Great Britain.
Yeah, with a lovely gig bag as well, a posh deluxe PRS gig bag. Yeah, both full. This is a lick that I showed Lars Mikael Akerfeldt just after he gave up the clarinet and wanted to learn to play guitar. Check it out.